Hello! Welcome to another vlog. I am currently in downtown Phoenix meeting up with a designer. She actually owns her own business out here. She's at a lot of the different markets, the mercantile market. She's usually there. And then I have a market coming up. I had this idea of a market maybe 6 months ago. It was definitely last year. I know a lot of different business owners and I'm very, very grateful to be in that place. I was like, why don't I create a market where I can have all my favorite businesses, not all of them, but as many as I can, that makes sense for what I'm gonna do. All of them in a space where I can have you guys come and see all of them in real life. Like the girl who does my mini tattoos, she's gonna be there. The girl who I'm meeting with right now to create my own necklace for you guys, she's gonna be there. My candle, company who makes my manifestation candle, she's gonna be there. So it's a bunch of different local businesses and it's catered towards a girls' day out. It's actually called the Girls Valentine Day Date Market. How cute! I'm getting chills. It's so cute. I didn't want to just create a market. I wanted there to be a meaning behind the market. But the market is catered towards women, girls. However, it's all ages, all genders. But I encourage you to bring your girlfriends. Like instead of your boyfriend, maybe bring a girlfriend. So that's kind of like the idea. It's on February 8th at Window Coffee Bar on Camelback. I will most likely only be there till 12 because I do have my acting classes to get to on Saturday. I will be there until then. So I'll be there for setup and then not shut down. Whoopsie. But I have my assistant. Oh, I got a new assistant from last week. The meeting that I had, I hired her. She's amazing so far. She actually helped me with the manifestation vision board coffee event last week, which looks, how cute was this? If you guys came, thank you for coming. Everyone that came got a free coffee from the new coffee bar that's inside of the mercantile. And then they also got one of my manifestation candles and we all made vision boards together. If you're new to my channel or you just didn't know that I did this, yes, I like to put on girls only events. I think they're so fun. But like I was saying, the February 8th event is not girls only, but it is going to be catered to the girls. And all of the vendors that I got are catered to that vibe. Girly, fun Valentine's Day date. Literally. That's why I called it that. But now we're gonna go meet up with her, make some jewelry. I don't know when it's gonna come out. We were hoping to have the jewelry that I'm creating with her done for Valentine's Day, but the year came in hot, I gotta say. From January 1st up until now, like today, I actually haven't had a day off because it's been just like go, 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 go. Yeah, I've only had about 3 of those so far, but that's actually fine because I really do love to work. But I also know that my mantra and my goals this year are balance. So I am trying to also learn balance. But I think that's why I'm taking on more fun projects like this that I'm doing right now with the jewelry and the market that I'm doing February 8th. Because those to me don't feel as much like work. They feel like more of what I talked about last week, like a passion project. So I'm trying to learn how to have more fun and love with what I'm doing. Again, I always have love with what I'm doing. Well, not always. With the intention of love. Sometimes it does get overwhelming, but yet I love to work. So I'm trying to find that middle ground. And again, just find more balance. Also at night, I've been meditating for like 4 hours a night. We'll get into that. Her name is Rose, by the way, who's helping with my jewelry. I'm meeting her over here at Coffee. I brought you guys here before. This is also part of the Arizona Coffee Pass. 10 different locations. I'm gonna add another one soon. 10 different locations in Arizona, all curated by me, some of my favorite local unique coffee shops. And when you have a pass, like here, you get a free coffee or goodie at each of these locations. And then each pass purchase goes to helping support local business. Yeah, and supporting me, obviously. I'm out of breath. Coffee, we're writing down what we're thinking of doing. We're getting ideas. We're thinking we're gonna do a collection of 3 different pieces. And right now we're writing down what I want the pieces to look like and how I want to present them. Wow. Okay, I got sucked into work. Like I just started working at 11. Well, we had the meeting at 10. We got done at 11. It's now 4. I just like got sucked in, but I'm at the mercantile because I was on my way home and then I realized I have to grab some candles to take to their new location. And I just wanted to get that done really quick. That way I could just have that checked off in the back of my brain, you know? I wanted to show you guys, this is where we did the girls event this past weekend. So this is their new coffee shop that they're opening up. So it's not open yet, but it will be. We had all the girls here, as you can see in the photo there. Afterwards, they all got a gift card to use here at the store. And these are all local artists. So this is all local stuff. Everything you find in here is locally made, locally crafted. And then I have my own little booth here. It's like tiny, but it's over here. It's right down there. And this is all my Starstruck manifestation candle stuff. So all the girls got one of these as well. How cute are these? So if you guys want to come and grab one, there's gonna be one here. And then I'm taking them now to the new location too. This is how I tag them. I come in and I let them know how much it is and then tag it on the back. Oh, and the boxes are so cute. They now say manifestation candle on it. I haven't actually seen what they look like because I asked them to switch the label so that the label also says manifestation. Yes, it does. I also brought more candles to their new location over in Old Town. It's not too far from the other one. Like, no joke. When I got these ones here, I literally got henna on me. And I kept them on for like a week. At the end of the week, I was like, you know what? Yes, I want those tattoos. I wish I knew that before. My first tattoo ever was this little mountain, okay? And I originally wanted them to be this small. When I went to the guy, he was over in Old Town Tucson. No, oh my God. Old Town Scottsdale. He told me that tattoos like this is before I got these. Tattoos like this don't exist. He told me that. Point blank, done, conversation over. Tattoos like this don't exist. So you're not gonna get one that small, sorry. Immediately, I'm like, okay, well, change of mind. Because originally, I wanted my spine to be a bunch of these little tattoos just going down my spine from all my different travels. And like just things that reminded me of that travel. Like if I went to Belize, which I did, I would put a little monkey. That was my idea. I thought it was super cute. It was definitely my vibe. But as soon as he told me that, I went with his word because it's my first time getting a tattoo. I don't know what I'm doing. And if that's what you, the professional, is telling me, I'm going to listen to you and trust your judgment. Got this tattoo done. Let me see if I can like prop this up and show you. Can you see this? Do you see the mountain up here? That was my first tattoo ever. And I got that because I love to hike. So I was like, okay, that'd be super cute. Just like a little tiny baby mountain. Again, something like this big, nothing crazy. And then he told me that. Oh my God. After that is when I broke up with the guy of 6 years and I was getting help for my alcohol intake because if you watch the vlogs prior, I go into all of it. Watch those. But I was in a very sensitive space, extremely sensitive. And I was also trying to figure out who I was. I was in a relationship from the age of 22 to however long 6 years is. And prior to that, I was in another relationship and another relationship. And I was just always in relationships. So I didn't know who I was. I relied on men very heavily. I talk about all of this in my other vlogs too. So this is not news. It might be news to some of you, but it's not news for me to talk about. I was just really reliant on other people and I didn't know who I was. I know who I was myself for my business and like my business ethic, but I didn't know who I was outside of anything that had to do with work. Getting out of that 6-year relationship, not knowing who I am. I did a lot of things within the past couple years. I can't say I regret them because I had a lot of learning lessons, but like, damn, would I take some stuff back, such as this tattoo. Because I was in a place where I just wanted to feel something, I got these tattoos on a whim, way out in North Phoenix, in a shopping mall. Like it wasn't, how do I explain this? I wouldn't do it now. And same thing, he said, these are too small, like these don't exist. And again, I still hadn't gotten these at the time. I had only had the mountain at this time. Same situation, a different tattoo artist is telling me that this doesn't exist. So I get these all done. You'll see them in a second. And he says this is the smallest he can go. I just wanted little tiny designs like this. And he said, again, that doesn't exist. You're gonna have to do something bigger and more elaborate. Like, don't get me wrong. I get a lot of compliments on these. They were also during a time of my life where I was probably the most depressed I've ever been. There were moments where I couldn't even get out of bed. It's not that I could not get out of bed. I would stare at the ceiling for hours, not really have any thoughts. I was just so depressed. Hours would go by. It would be a struggle for me to get out of bed. And that's how it was for a while. I contemplated for a lot. Seeing these tattoos, it doesn't necessarily bring me back to that place, but it does not make me feel like myself. Like now that I'm learning who I am, I'm finally embracing who I am. This isn't who I am. These are who I am. These are what I love. This is what I wanted. And Like I got a little ghost right here. That's who I am. I love Halloween. I love dressing up. That's why I also get dressed up at all my girls' events, because it's so fun. And now that I'm able to, again, be myself, those tattoos, they're not a reminder. They're just from a past of who I didn't know who I was, and that's just not me anymore. So what I'm getting at is I've been getting them, oh, maybe this will make sense as to why they look faded right now. I've been getting tattoo removal on them for over a year now. And I'm on maybe like my 18th session. Going in right now. Oh, and I go to National Laser Institute. They do it for only $50 a session. So cheap. But I usually have this on. I put this on maybe 30 minutes before I come and get my tattoo removal, because it is the worst pain. When I tell you, it is the worst pain I've ever felt. Like, I am not kidding you. Know what you want before you get it, okay? Worst pain I've ever felt. The tattoo, when I got the tattoos done on my spine, I know this is weird, but like I actually really enjoyed, like I loved the feeling. I was into it. But this, the tattoo removal, off. So I usually use this, but I didn't have time today to put it on. So we're going in raw, baby. Also, you guys have been asking me where I got this jacket. It is a thrifted jacket, and I got it at the Boys and Girls Club over on Thomas. It's a little thrift store. I actually got it a year ago. If you guys go back and watch the vlog from when I first started a year ago, I take you thrifting with me. I think we decorate my home or start painting or something. I buy the jacket at that time. So I was cleaning my bathroom. I have sayings written on the mirror. Like I use this, I don't know where the marker went. It's a dry erase marker. And I write on my mirror and I write affirmations. My affirmations that I had on my mirror for maybe the last 6 months, and I have them right here. And these are things that I struggle with. I am good enough. I am a good person. I am glowing with confidence. I am a joy to be around. There's more on there, but like those are the number one things that I've struggled with. You know what's so cool? This is why I believe in manifesting the dream you. Since I have had those written on my mirror. Listen, you have to like obviously work towards like your goals and everything, but certain verbiage is so real. Like for instance, the me writing, I am glowing with confidence. I didn't just write, I am confident. I said, I am glowing with confidence. That word glowing is key. The reason I say that, and the reason I'm bringing any of this up, is because lately I've had more than I can count on DMs and in real life, people saying, you are glowing with confidence. They will literally say that to me, and that's what I have written down. I am glowing with confidence. What are some other examples? I have so many examples like that. I even told my therapist this the other day. This happens a lot too. I told her that I was looking for a place to go get a cold plunge. And you guys actually gave me some recommendations, so thank you. While I was doing my search, I happened upon a place that I thought was really cool. It's called Reset. I haven't been yet. I'm gonna go check it out. This looks cool. Noted. Noted. I didn't text anybody. I didn't message anybody. I didn't do I just noted it for later. I was like, okay, noted. No I think it was truly the next day. I got reached out to at the same time. I am not kidding you. By PR and a friend that knows the owner. I am not kidding you. Like this type of stuff happens all the time. And I think it's because now I'm finally dialing in on how to use my powers. I know it sounds cheesy, but like I think we all have powers. It just depends on how we use it. Matilda, by the way, was like my dream movie when I was a kid. And now that I'm dialing into how to utilize my powers, I feel like Matilda. Also, saying that we all have powers. We all have different powers. For instance, if you go onto your human design, which I've talked about that. I know I've talked about that before. Looks like this. If you go onto your human design, you type in your birthday, your name, where you were born, and your time, the time you were born. It'll give you the rundown of how your powers work. For example, I am a generator. Me, myself, Andrea, I generate. I keep going. You guys have asked me before, like, how the do you have energy for all this? That's how I work. Like, I just keep going. And if I don't keep going, it feels weird. It doesn't feel right to me. And that's why I keep going, because me keeping going is part of my human design. That's part of why I do what I do. I didn't know all this at the time, but now that I'm looking into it, that's part of why I do what I do. I have for sure mentioned this before, because I remember saying that's why I leave town a lot by myself. I need time alone. And I didn't know that at the time. I thought I was just leaving because I was like, everybody. Sorry, Layla. And then once I started working on myself, well, sitting with myself, I started understanding, why do I go and do things like trips, like go to Washington for a week? alone. Why do I do that? Am I running from something, or do I need time by myself? And then I started to understand it refuels me, it recharges me. Okay, so I understood that. And then I go to my human design. Guess what? That is part of how I operate. It's actually true. It actually shares with me. I soak up other people's energy so much, which is why I'm very particular with not only who I hang out with, but also what I watch, what I listen to, especially what I watch. I soak up, like Hereditary, fuck off. Oh, no, thank you. I watched that. Actually, I didn't even put it on. It was who I was dating at the time put it on. I don't think he knew how much things like that affected me, but he put it on and he knew that I wasn't in the room, and then I came in the room. I started watching it and I was having a complete panic attack after I watched it, and I was not okay for probably months, crying all the time. It was not okay. And it's because I'm really sensitive to stuff like that, because I take on that energy. It becomes a part of me and I can't get it out of my head and I can't get out of it. And so it fucks me up. So that's why I'm really particular with things that I watch and things that make me feel good. Turns out that's also part of my human design. It literally says, going back to me leaving town and stuff, it literally says that I take on other people's energy and make it my own, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm choosing to use it as a good thing, which is why I choose to be around good people and I choose to watch and listen to good things. That's just what I choose to do with it. If I wanted to, I can just as easily go the other route. I take on the energy and it excites me, gives me bursts of energy, and I love it. Then, because I'm taking on so much energy, I need to shelter myself away from everybody and be alone so I can come back in and recharge. That's what I do. I do that. I didn't know I was doing that, but I do that all the time. And going back to what I was saying, as soon as I started paying attention to why do I do these things? Who am I? That's when I started realizing this is just part of who I am. And then my human design was like, yep, that is actually part of who you are. Anyway, I showed my friend Bailey her human design 2 days ago, so I thought I would bring that up because her and I are actually the same. We're both generators, which is probably why we're so freaking close. Anytime we're together, we just went to the Suns basketball game last week. We happened to be sitting next to Ray-Ban Meta, the guy who fucking hired me. What? I am not kidding you. That was not even supposed to be at all. We sat in our seats, we had our popcorn and our drinks. I was there to work with the Suns. We're doing our video, and then I turn over to the guy next to me and I say, hey, apologize if I'm taking video and it happens to be in your way. I want to apologize in advance. And I'm just explaining very briefly, this is what it is, thank you. He's like, oh no, you're fine, whatever. The guy next to him, they're together. Well, what do you do? I do A, B, and C. And then he goes, oh, I work for Meta. And I was like, no way, I just worked with Ray-Ban Meta. And he goes, no way, I hired you. What? Crazy. Out of all the people we could have been sitting next to, he's the one. And he explained he's the one that approved the go ahead to work with me. So he didn't know me personally, as far as he didn't rummage through and pick me, but he picked me out of all the people that they sent over to him, if that makes any sense, based off of metrics and shit. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Bailey and I are both generators. Things like that, when we're together, they just click. And that's also what's really cool, is finding out the people that work for you. Prior to me and her being friends, I didn't know that we would click. And I'm new to making friends, so I just didn't know. That's what's cool about being more intuitive about who you're friends with, because if you're really intuitive about it, like I have been, I'm not kidding you, I'm being extremely intuitive about who I hang out with and who I decide to be my friend and spend time with, because I just want to spend time with people that are uplifting, good for me and good for each other. I want to be just as good for them as they are for me. I have a lot to work on, don't get me wrong. I'm working on it, doing the best I can. Yeah, that's why friendships, I think who you hang out with really does impact what happens in your life. Their energy, whether you know it or not, is actually impacting your energy, whether you know it or not. I don't know where I was going with any of this. What I do know is I gotta go to the gym. Kind of want to get a matcha before. I've been making matcha at home and it tastes like asshole. I don't know maybe it's bad matcha. I made one before the girls event last week. It looks like this. It looks cute. It looks good. That thing was down the fucking sink right after I filmed that because I took a sip and was like, ugh. Went to the gym, I went to Frame, did my workout, getting a matcha now because I've been craving a good matcha. And like I said, the one I made at home is This place is really cute. I like it. It's not on the Arizona Coffee Pass because they never got back to me, but it's really good. Like I was saying, we all have special powers. So my powers, I've learned how to utilize them properly, and I'm still learning, but your human design might be completely different, and that's how you utilize what you can do for your life. So if you guys are ever interested, I would look into the human design app. It is really cool. And I know it sounds cheesy, but truly, look into it. Fun, because then you can get all your girlfriends together and you can each do your own human design and have like a night of it. It's so fun. I'm like obsessed with it. Thank you. Thank you. Time to get to work. We're gonna go see Jonathan Van Ness. Me and, can I show you? Yeah. Me and Taylor. Hi. We're gonna go say hi to Jonathan Van Ness. I'm getting ready. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you guys liked my cooking show last week. Oh! I have new hair! Oh my god. I haven't picked up the camera in maybe like 2 days because Mentee Bee! I'm making some homemade pancakes. I'm craving it. All week. Also, this might play into my Mentee Bee, okay? I was fine. And then after I got my tattoos done, I brought up something, you know, and I think that like started something up here. And then I went to therapy after that. And then I went to see Jonathan Van Ness at his comedy show. There was a lot going on that day. Holy moly. Hold on, let me turn this light on. Where did I leave you guys? I got my lips injected. I got my hair cut. I actually really, like truly love my haircut. Before I was looking like coconut head and I couldn't understand what was off because in my mind I'm like, I know that this could look cute. What is going on? Well, we went super short. Love the length. I might even think about going shorter at some point, but it has to be with taste. I need it to be tasteful. Maybe some like little like wispy bangs. It has to be tasteful. I'm not just gonna keep going shorter. I love it. I think it definitely fits more of the vibe that I'm trying to go for now. Whereas before, coconut head. Look at that pancake! Damn, I did a good job. So got my hair cut. Oh yeah, and then they thinned out. My hair is very thick. They were thinning out my hair to make it not look coconut head for a good 20-30 minutes. Layer by layer, thinning out hair. There was enough hair on the floor for a new dog. A lot of hair. And that made sense to me. Because last time we did it, coconut head, I didn't do any texturizing at all. So it was just boop, just huge head of hair walking around. Glad that we figured out to texturize. It makes it just look so much better. The Jonathan Van Ness show was super fun. It was political, and I do talk about that, or I did talk about that in my stories. And the only reason I really brought it up is because for me, when I go see comedy shows, I don't want to think about what's going on in the world because I'm there to laugh. You know what I mean? Comedy shows are somewhere I go because I want to free my mind of what's going on in the real world. Whereas there are a lot of people that do enjoy more of a comedy show with intention. I would say this was a comedy show with intention. With me being sensitive to politics, I never want to put you guys in a scenario where maybe you were expecting a fart joke comedy show. And then you go in and you're like, oh, this is not at all, like this is maybe triggering for me. It could be triggering for some people. That's why I always want to be open and honest and just let you guys know, like I did in my stories, that's what the comedy show was. It was more of comedy with intention. And if that's something that you don't like because it triggers you, just a heads up. There you go. Jonathan was so sweet. Oh my God. And honestly, I thought he was going to be like way taller. He is so short, like not in a bad way, but I just was expecting, like, I thought I was going to be short compared to him. I think we were maybe the same height. He was so sweet. We ended up sitting next to his family. We were front row, which I showed you guys. We were like up front. That was his family right in front of us. Let me like explain a little bit here. In therapy right now, we've been working on a lot. And I've told you guys in the past what I've been working on. A lot of self-healing, self-love, self-respect, self-understanding, understanding that I do deserve better. I deserve the things that I have. That's what I've been working on for years now, but definitely within the last 2 years and 100% within the last year. And I've been sharing that journey with you guys since a year ago when I started vlogging here on YouTube with you. I've shared things that I've gone through in my past, relationships, my 6-year relationship, how that ended, why it ended. I talk about all kinds of things, and now finally that I'm single, I'm starting to deal with feeling emotion rather than numbing it with new men or new boyfriend or going out and getting trashed. Rather than numbing it with things that were stopping me from growing, I am now facing those things. One really hard thing I've been dealing with is moving on from my 6-year relationship. Andrea, it's been 5 years, get over it. It's so much easier said than done. For 5 years now, and it hasn't been 5 years yet, it'll be 5 years in February. Oh my God, it is February. Oh my God, it's February. Okay, 5 years. The reason I haven't moved on is because from day one, and let me just preface this, I did break up with him and I know that. I am very much aware. However, when you're in a 6-year relationship and you break up, you were planning on being with this person for the rest of your life. It's a heartache to then see them get engaged 6 months after you stopped dating. It is such a heartache. And to see that happen, I think I'm holding on to a lot of resentment. That resentment, I didn't know was resentment until recently. I thought it was that I still loved him, which I do. I'm independent enough, I don't need him, I can go date someone else. And so that's also why I kept dating people, because I just was trying to numb it so that I didn't have to think about him. You'll get over him when you find somebody else. So I was definitely, in hindsight, doing that, which is not healthy. And I was doing that for 5 years. I have been dating other people for 5 years now. Now that I'm finally taking the time to myself and going through the grief and the emotions that come with that, it's like I'm right there all over again. And again, I thought that this was me telling myself I'm still in love with him, which I do still love him, but we were together for 6 years and clearly we didn't go together, which indicates to me something else is deeper, and that's the resentment. So I'm working through resentment right now. Therapy that day prior to the comedy show, me going in and talking about all of this, going through EMDR, which is where you go back and you relive it. I'm not gonna cry, I promise. And for an entire hour, because that's how long I'm with her, I felt so heavy, just projectile vomiting, wanting to get it, I just felt so sick to my stomach because I was reliving it again. And I told you guys earlier in the vlog, that feeling of depression, wow. Can't get out of bed, you're staring at the ceiling. You feel so numb. I can't explain it, but if you've been there, you know what I mean. And so to go back and live that again and try and understand, what are these feelings? What is going on? I broke up with him, I should be happy. What's happening? It was me going back and feeling that again. And now we're working on it. We've been working on it, but now we're really working on it, really dialing in there. So to go from therapy immediately to go to Jonathan Van Ness, which again was a comedy show, but a comedy show that was about things going on in real life, it was a lot for me to fucking take on. It was a lot. I know that there's things going on with people every day. There are rights that people want, and I'm not comparing myself to that at all. But what I am doing is I'm just sharing my experience and why I felt so heavy that day, because I was in that state of mind. Anyway, so that is where my mindset was at, which is why I haven't vlogged in 2 days, because I've been going through a lot. I'm trying not to share as much of the heavy stuff because I never want this to be a therapy session and you guys have to join in on it. But I do want to share the things that are going on that are very much a part of my life, just so you know where I'm coming from, because we're all going through something, and I think it's important to be open and discuss sometimes what we're going through with each other. Otherwise we just kind of assume and we don't get to know the reason why maybe someone's saying something or acting a certain way. So yeah, I got my lips done. I think they look great. They did get a little bit of bruising, but that's okay. Some stuff I didn't share this week. I went to AJ's and I got 2 sweet treats, ate those in an hour. And then I went to a Laura Gelato again by myself, 7 o'clock at night. Ordered 2 scoops of the exact same ice cream I got. Sat in my car, ate that. This is all in one day. Drive up into Taco Bell. 5-layer burrito, please, with the soda water. Love myself some soda water. Eat that in the car. Oh, no. I came home and I ate that. Okay. I came home and I ate that in my bed. And then the next day, I was in a mood. And again, I think this all just played into therapy is what ignited it. And then just whoop, just went all the way over here. And since then, I've been wanting sweet treats. That's why I made pancakes. Like, I just want sweets. And I am on the IUD. I have the IUD. It's the copper one. I did get off of it for a while, but I was having severe, like really bad cramps to the point I had to leave places. Like, I was camping once. I had to go home because it was that bad. I couldn't do anything. It just hurt so bad. I got the copper IUD put back in. I really like it, honestly. I really do. I don't really get my monthly cycle anymore, which is why, to my surprise, I got it. And then more made sense. That's maybe why I was eating so much damn sugar. So that has been the little week journey since I last vlogged with you guys. I feel like I had something else to tell you guys. It's like off the yes, I do. So I have been getting requests about my gut health journey. I'm gonna give more of an update next week because right now I got last week you guys saw, I got a screw drilled into my jaw because we're putting in an implant, and I go to Ultra Dental for that. In fact, they're giving you guys free dental exams if you want to go. There's the info right there. But I got a literal screw put in there, and I had fillings replaced. So I have been on antibiotics and ibuprofen for an entire week now since I got it done last week. So once I'm done with the antibiotics, then I can go into my gut health again. It's taking a little bit longer. Like, I should have already been on the second dose of gut health stuff, but because I was doing all this and I'm on these medications, I don't want to it up. We're gonna just wait that out till next week, and then we'll start again over here. So that's what's going on with that. But next week I'll do more of like a deep dive on what is going on with my gut health, because it's getting a lot better finally. My god. And if you guys are also curious on what I'm talking about, I would go back a few vlogs. I talk about how I had an ED and body image and where I was at with that and how that played a part into me essentially destroying my body. Been in recovery from that for about 4 years now. I talk about all of that and how that played a part into my now gut health. My gut health is completely, well, it's getting so much better now, but it was completely screwed. It was so bad. Learning to be the main character in your 30s. I think that's what it's called. And towards the end, you'll see me in my living room, and I'm just telling you everything. I have a new vlog that comes out every Sunday morning, so if you guys like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe, make sure to subscribe. Oh, and leave a comment of what you enjoyed about this vlog. On my social media, I'm usually sharing things to do in the Southwest, such as different day hike ideas or day trip ideas, getaways. I have a lot of different discounts to a ton of different resorts in the area too, including one in California, 2 in California, oh my god. So if you guys want to find those, I have a website. If you go over to special offers, you will see all of the different discount codes that I have and passes. I have a coffee pass in there too. So everything is up in there. I also have this linked in the description below for you. So if you guys are curious, if you're coming to Arizona, if you are curious about Arizona, or if you just want to see my life more so outside of here, go to my Instagram. It is Southwest Sampler. I also have a TikTok, Southwest Sampler. I usually post more on Instagram just because I feel like I can be more personable there. But I'm always sharing things on TikTok too. However, this right here, this is where you guys really get to dial in and see the real me. Not that I'm not being myself on the other platforms, but I'm like really being myself here. Like truly being myself here. Like I said, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.